又到一年两会时，全球目光聚焦中国。今天我们走进荷兰驻华大使馆，与荷兰驻华大使面对面，一起来听听他怎么说。
Well, you know, the Netherlands and China have a very good relationship. It's an open and pragmatic partnership. China is the largest trading partner for us in Asia. And together we have trade of approximately 60 billion euros, so that's very sizable. But also in the field of the energy sector and the logistics sector, we're very active. And the port of Rotterdam, which used to be the largest port in the world, is now in China. But it's still the largest port in Europe, and is considered, to be the gateway to Europe. So also for Chinese companies, the port of Rotterdam is a very good entry into our European continent. So that's important for us. And I think that especially now in these times of economic challenges and geopolitical shifts, that it's important that we continue to invest in our relationship. And we saw that also last year, even through the pandemic, that the relationship was very strong. In the beginning, when COVID was here, we helped with PPE from the Netherlands to China, and then later on it was the other way around when we also had COVID in the Netherlands. A lot of PPE were shipped from China to the Netherlands, for which of course we are very grateful. And we believe that it's very important to keep investing in those strong ties and business ties and make sure that the supply chains are maintained. And we think that we have to join forces, to deal with the challenges ahead. We have to stand shoulder to shoulder when it comes to dealing with the biggest challenges of our lifetime, including climate change. So that's important, and that's also a topic and a reason for which I'm very much looking forward to the two sessions, the Lianghui, later this week, to see what will come out, and we hope that China will show very ambitious plans and reach the CO2 emissions, carbon emissions, the peak even before the year 2030. Because this is also about the next generations. It's about our children, our grandchildren, and they deserve to breathe in clean air. So I think that's very important. And also, as you know, prevention is always better than cure. And pollution causes diseases, lung diseases, for example. So it's important that the world invests in making sure that our planet becomes cleaner and healthier, and China has an important role to play there. Yeah, I think there is a lot that we can do together. We are already cooperating, but I think we can do more because we are indeed talking about the biggest challenge that the world is facing, I believe. Well, if you look at the Netherlands, for example, we have a plan to make sure that we reduce our CO2 emissions very substantially by 2030. And then we now have the goal, also as a member of the European Union, to reach carbon neutrality by 2050. So that's very ambitious. So that means we have a lot of work to do. And we do this as a member of the European Union, which has published the so-called Green Deal. And in order to get there, we have less than 30 years left to get there. That means that we need to do a lot. And things that we are doing is to gradually increase carbon pricing, which will stimulate industries, to make the step towards electrification or more energy efficient technologies. We're also using different subsidy programs to make sure that renewable energy is stimulated. We also invest in carbon capture solutions, for example. In our transportation systems, we are subsidizing the use of electric vehicles. also stimulating the application of hydrogen vehicles, which we believe have an enormous potential still. We also put a lot of effort into low carbon agricultural solutions. We are, in all modesty, an agricultural superpower. We use the waste, for example, from the agricultural sector, to produce biomass, biogas, biofuels, which of course are much more environmentally friendly than the fossil fuels that we're using. We believe that we can work with China on many issues, and if I may just give a few examples. One is the emission trading system, the ETS. We already have in the Netherlands a well-developed power market and an emission trading system. China is developing one, and that's an area where we would be very willing to share our experiences. Also, when it comes to energy efficiency, we are very strong in sustainable building of offices and homes, including very energy efficient technologies. And that's also something that we would be very keen on sharing with China. And a final example maybe is clean energy, looking at the possibilities of investing more, doing more together in the field of offshore wind energy and also tidal energy. And those are areas where we have a lot of expertise and companies that are very good at these things. And of course, for that reason, we would be very keen to see how we could further develop that kind of cooperation as well. Yeah, China and the Netherlands have a long history in cooperation in the energy field. We have a memorandum of understanding on energy cooperation from 2009, I think. And we also have a memorandum of understanding on offshore wind cooperation, which was signed in 2015. And that includes, active government-to-government cooperation, cooperation between research and knowledge institutions, and above all, of course, between companies. And also we have Dutch companies that are very strong in right now in energy transition in China. For example, in having clean coal solutions, the offshore wind sector, which I mentioned, but also, for example, the hydrogen sector. So all in all, I think you could say that Sino-Dutch cooperation in the energy sector has a long history, which we very much want to continue. And we expect that this cooperation will be focusing more and more on renewable energy as a part of the energy transition, especially in creating innovative solutions and using innovative new technologies.